I don't think marriage is for money, but there are some people in the world who desperate for money. My sister-in-law, Selena, was like that. I never thought something like that would happen over an inheritance when my brother, a surgeon, passed away. My name is Mary Smith. I am the manager of a jewelry store. I'm 31 years old and single, but I find my job very rewarding. And I'm thinking that it's time to get married, since my current boyfriend officially proposed to me the other day. Since we got engaged, we have met each other's parents, and tomorrow is our family meeting. Not only our parents, but also our siblings were supposed to come to the meeting. I have a brother who is 8 years older than me. My brother Tyler is a surgeon at a general hospital in Tokyo and seems to have a good reputation. Moreover, my brother is what I ask a relative who call a high-spec male with a good-looking face. Because of our age difference, my brother has spoiled me and been kind to me since I was little. You are finally getting married. I'm sure you'll be happy, but I won't accept it if some strange guy would show up as your potential husband at the family meeting. When I told about my marriage, he said it as if he were my father, and I couldn't help but laugh. Don't worry, he's nicer than you. I replied confidently, but my brother sulked a little. He said more than me. My brother's been married for 4 years, and his wife is also a high-spec. She is a high-spec only in appearance. My sister-in-law, Selena, has a clear nose and eyes like a model. She's the type of beauty often seen in cutting models. When my brother and she walk together, it seems like they are filming a drama, and both of them are often approached on the street. My brother, being in love with his wife, doesn't blame her at all for quitting her job, or for buying brand name bags, and it seems that he lets her spend his money freely. She said, I go to Chloe's new release today, so I can't go there. It happened a lot that Selena misses a family gathering that she had promised to attend in the morning because of brand name goods like these. At first, my parents and I were inclined to defend her, thinking that she must be going through a lot with such a beautiful appearance. But gradually, Selena's behavior became unacceptable more and more, because she has also cancelled tomorrow's meeting. Of course, she was not planning to attend the meeting at first, because it is not a problem if blood relatives come. But as soon as she found out that the venue was the lounge of a famous hotel, she said, I love afternoon tea at that hotel, so I will go to the meeting. If she wanted to go to the afternoon tea, she could go on another day, but for some reason, she decided to attend. And then canceled it the day before the meeting, even though we had already booked for the full number of guests. It's so rude. I don't have a problem if she doesn't attend, but I don't want to always be at her back and call. I tried to tell my brother, but he was too soft on Selena, so he said, I'm really sorry for bothering you every time and I make her listen to me well. Besides, I'll be there tomorrow. He persuaded me. What I don't like is not only her selfishness, but also the way she makes my brother, who is a busy surgeon, apologize to everyone, take messages, and run errands for her. Selena became a full-time housewife after the marriage, but she does not do any housework because she hires house cleaners and they mostly eat out. She's not busy, but her schedule is always dominated by branded bags and clothes. The next day, the meeting went well that my boyfriend managed to get his endorsement and the meeting ended peacefully. It was a really nice meeting, I thought, but it was short-lived. That evening, I got a call from Selena, as I was reporting that the dinner party has ended without an incident Selena suddenly starting yelling at me. It doesn't matter. You don't have to answer anything. I didn't ask you. Besides, where are my scones and macarons? I couldn't read the story and thought silently. Huh? What in the world is she talking about? I don't remember she asked me to buy sweets. I was about to ask her what she was talking about, but she interrupted me. She said, "Are you listening to me? Don't tell me you didn't buy it. You really are not attentive. Tyler, you and your sister are all annoying." Well, I don't think I was asked to buy any snacks. I tried to answer her, but she was still making screeching noises over the phone. She said, "I told you that I love afternoon tea at that hotel, didn't I? Since I couldn't make it there, it's okay for you to bring me a souvenir, right?" I see. That's the theory. As I was being convinced, even though I didn't understand what she was saying, the voice on the phone became even louder. "Hey, if you haven't bought it, go buy it. I was looking forward to it." But the main reason we went to that hotel today was for a family meeting, right? If you say that, then you should go because you had the whole day free today. I tried saying so, but she said never mind, and then she rattled off the phone. I wonder what it was. I was in a happy mood after the dinner party went well, but now I feel exhausted. I wonder if Tyler can get a good rest every day with her, who has such extreme emotional ups and downs. Why did he decide to marry Selena in the first place? Sure, she was a wonderful person on the outside, but she's so self-centered on the inside. I wonder if she was spoiled growing up because of her appearance. I'm worried about Tyler, but I can't interfere in his marriage because it is his decision. My brother also supports my marriage too. The next day, while serving customers at the jewelry store as usual, I saw a familiar figure outside the glass-walled store. It was Selena, and she was holding arms with a man of the same age. She is 10 years younger than my brother, so her partner must be in his late 20s. The two entered the store, talking intimately. I decided to serve them and called out to them. Then she said, Oh my God, you are working in this store? That's so funny." They laughed without a hint of apology. "Who's the man over there?" I asked her fearfully, but she simply replied, "He's from my old modeling business." Even if they were old acquaintances, how is it possible for them to cross their arms when she is married? While I was puzzled, Selena leaned over to the glass showcase and asked me, "Can you show me this diamond necklace? And this one too. Can we get an employee discount here?" And so on. She was talking to me in a carefree manner. I was embarrassed to see her acting in such a brazenly flirtatious manner. So I explained to her while holding out the necklace that I could not offer any employee discounts. The truth is, though I can, I lied because I felt disgusted that the guy she was with bought it for her. Selena became a little grumpy, but she picked out some accessories and bought 2 fancy necklaces with diamonds on them and left. As expected, the man paid the bill. What kind of relationship do those two really have? I hesitated, but decided to tell my brother what I saw today. When I called him at night, he seemed to be in a worse mood than usual. I said, "Tyler, what's wrong? You seem to be in a bad mood." I thought something might happen with Selena, but I didn't tell him. He said, "No, I'm fine, Mary. You're getting married soon, right? Are you saving up a wedding fund?" "I'm saving up. We're planning a wedding next year. And I was wondering if you and Selena would join us." I told him about the wedding without mentioning about Selena, but his attitude was indecisive. I wondered what was wrong. "Mary, I have something to give you next time, so meet me at my parents' house." After saying that, he hung up the phone without hearing my reply. Maybe he was not feeling well. My brother, a surgeon, is more concerned about other people's health than anyone else, but he always put his own health on the back burner. My brother laughed and said it was an occupational hazard, but it was precisely because he was so busy that I was worried about him. I wonder if my brother is still having surgeries and every day. I don't think I can accept much support from Selena, his wife, who would normally be worried about him. After that, Tyler sent me an email informing me of the schedule of the gathering at my parents' house. When I contacted my parents, they received that email as well. When I went to my parents' house on that day, I found that my brother had already arrived. It had only been a few days since I last saw him, but his complexion was worse than I had ever seen it before. I said, "Hey, what's wrong with your face? Haven't you been sleeping lately?" Both my parents and I were worried and asked him about it, but all he said was that he was busy at work. I boldly told him in front of my parents what has been bothering me. The other day, Selena came to my store holding arms with a young man. Wasn't that cheating? Tyler, are you being cheated on? Again, her cheating habit is nothing new. I've been aware of this for some time. I've been too busy with my work to give her much attention. That's what my brother said, but my parents were furious. Come to think of it, she did not come to today's gathering. Of course, her absence was the reason I was able to bring this up. When I asked Tyler what was wrong with Selena, he said, "Selena is not here today. That's why I asked you guys to come here. I have a favor to ask to everyone," saying this with a serious face. My brother began to tell us something surprising. After finished listening, we looked at each other and asked him, "Tyler, is this true? Are you sure about that?" No matter how many times we asked, his answer remained the same. 3 months later, my brother passed away. He had stomach cancer due to stress and overwork. No wonder. He had to work hard every day, performing surgeries and working as a doctor on duty. But when he returned home, his wife was waiting for him, not only not doing housework, but not even worrying about him. My brother knew exactly what was going on with his body. He had undergone a thorough examination because of his discomfort. He found the cancer and treated it. I wish he had confessed earlier. Why do you always keep it to yourself, Tyler? I cried at the funeral, filled with a sense of helplessness. Memories of my brother, who spoiled me when I was a small child, kept replaying in my mind. He stood by my side when I fell down and when I did not do well in club activities. He left this world when he was still young, not even 40. I was sad and grieving and wondering what to do with this feeling. But there was one person who was out of place. That person is, of course, Selena. Her beloved husband passed away, and yet she wore the necklace she bought at my store that day of the funeral. The necklace was a flashy necklace with diamonds and was not suitable for a funeral. Moreover, it was bought by another man. It is disgusting, unforgivable. I turned my sadness into anger and grabbed Selena. "What are you doing, wearing such a thing? Don't you know how much my brother cared about you?" Selena, who was always in such a bad mood, said to me with a big smile on her face. "What are you talking about? Of course I know that." He was heavy, and it's normal in this world for people to treat me differently. "If you don't like it, don't marry me." "Don't say that in front of my brother." Both my parents and I could barely keep our voices down. "I hope this woman goes to hell." Even though I wished that, Selena's selfish talk continued. She said, "He's so busy that he's hardly ever home, and that's the end of us as a couple. But there is one good thing about being married. I, his wife, get an inheritance that I can play with for the rest of my life." As soon as I heard that, I slapped Selena. Technically, I tried to. My hand was tapped by a man who was nervy. When I saw his face, the man removed his hand and greeted me. "I am a nurse and I work for Tyler. He told me to protect you." I was pouting as the explanation did not ring a bell. Then I heard laughter all around me. It was a funeral, so why were they laughing? I turned around and saw some people. Among the attendees who looked vaguely familiar. They were nurses and fellow doctors who worked with my brother. I asked the man who stabbed me why they were laughing, and he replied, "The doctor didn't leave any legacy, did he? Your family would know." "Yes, my brother didn't leave a penny of his inheritance." But Selena, who had not been told this, began to go crazy. "What? What do you mean? It's no use lying to me like that. They're going to cheat me and split the money among you and your family, aren't they? Tyler is a surgeon in Tokyo, so I can't wait to see how much he has saved up." Then the nurses' laughter turned into hysterical laughter when they heard Selena's word. My father stepped in front of Selena and asked, "You really don't know?" What? Explain what it is." Selena became impatient, so I explained to her that my brother had left money to me and my parents in advance during his lifetime, that he had left me 10 million yen as a wedding fund and gift money. My brother had lost patience with the stresses of work and family and regularly spent large sums of money on lavish entertainment. The more I explained, the more Selena's complexion changed from blue to white. My brother was basically a high-spec, perfect person, but he was someone who spent a lot of money to relieve stress. Of course, he never bothered anyone or went to these reputable restaurants. He just spent a lot of money and frequently held large dinner parties with people who supported him. He would rent out cruise ships for parties and stay in 5-star hotel suites. Probably all of these things he really wanted to do with his wife, Selena, but she was not present at any of his difficult moments. It was everyone at work who supported him. The nurses who had just burst into laughter are saying, even though he was always busy, he took care of us and invited us to parties that other doctors wouldn't. The party was truly amazing. It made me feel like a celebrity and made me want to work harder every day, even at my hardest job. Furthermore, my brother had donated the remainder of his estate to the hospital, and the bigwigs from the general hospital came to take him and say goodbye. They had been having trouble every year due to low research funding, but because of the large donation, his future medical care will go a long way. I see. There were so many people who he was kind to, not just us. And yet, Selena, who should have been closest to us, was yelling at his colleagues in a loud voice. We don't have children, so I'm supposed to get all of it, right? What are you doing, taking away from me without permission? You're a thief. You thief. I'll make sure that all of you pay me back every penny." With these words, she left. 4 months later, Selena called me. "Wait, what do you mean?" she complained as soon as she answered the phone. She was trying to collect a living will from us and Tyler's colleges while she was organizing her other assets, such as the mansion she now lives in and his bank books. When then discovered that Tyler had a large amount of debts. However, considering his earnings, 20 million yen is a small amount of money, but all of it had been taken out. Selena, who wanted the mansion, apparently went through the inheritance procedures without checking the details. She said, "Hey, we are family, aren't we? You'll help us, right?" My answer was obvious. Tyler is dead, so we are no longer family. If you have done so much for my brother, I will help you when you're in trouble. But how can you say that after being so selfish up until now? Wait, so I inherited both the mansion and the debt? If I renounce the inheritance, I don't have anywhere to live. I told Selena, whose voice was turning inside out with impatience. In a cold voice, I said, "Inheritance means that you also inherit debts. Besides, I heard that you can renounce inheritance after 3 months have passed since you were told about the inheritance. Why don't you sell the new brands you've collected?" Selena cried at my words and repeatedly asked for forgiveness for what she has done until now. But I just hung up. My brother passed away, so the wedding was postponed 1 year from the planned date. My husband and parents-in-law saw that I had been depressed, so they said it would be okay to postpone it a little longer. I felt like my brother would get mad at me if I looked too downcast. "I wish you could come to my wedding. I will live my life helping those who support me like you." I promised myself to do so and went to the wedding. My brother was very well liked, and after he passed away, many of his colleagues came to offer incense and visit his grave. When I heard that he spent money for everyone at work, I was honestly worried that they might be collected by someone. But if it was only about money, no one would have come. Every day, I respect my brother more and more even after he's dead. Oh yes, Selena might have to go bankrupt. The jewelry store I work at and exchange information in the same industry, so it is easy to hear rumors about people involved in the buying and selling jewelry. Recently, the main topic of conversation has been Selena's downfall. I heard that she was returning jewelry to a store she used to go, not just my store. What's more, a number of men have been spotted at the other stores, different from the one I saw, and it's now possible that she's with about 20 others. Rumors began to circulate within minutes of the ones that had fallen prey to the ladies who loved drama. Some of them were married, and I wonder to how many of them she will pay alimony. As a result, she had to sell her mansion and is now living on the second floor of a restaurant and working 3 part-time jobs. But her debts aren't decreasing at all. Well, it's impossible with her spending habit. My brother used to spend money on people who were good to him, but she only spends it on herself. In a way, I guess she and Tyler were a good match in terms of raw spending. Still, I think it is wrong for me to marry for money, and I will always protect Tyler, just as he did for me.